Copper surfaces have always been an integral part of Indian culture. We drink water from copper utensils and eat food from copper and brass plates. Besides the powerful purificatory benefits, using copper utensils is also supportive in many other ways.
The way the water has to be kept in one's home, there is a whole science about it, how to keep it, in what kind of material, how to treat it. Nobody drinks water traditionally in the East without first bowing down to it, because how the water behaves depends on how you treat it. The volume of memory and intelligence that the water carries, and every molecule of water and every body of water is very individual, and how it behaves within you is very different. Everything may be just H2O, but it does not behave the same way. So how to treat the water? There are various scientific processes, we call this as the Bhuta Shuddhi practices. It's an enormous science for people to learn and grasp. But to put it very simply, overnight or about 6 hours you keep it in a copper vessel and then drink it, you will see the water will feel very different, and various small ailments that people have can be just healed simply by keeping the water in an appropriate space. An appropriate space also means proper aeration is there, and how you treat it above all. Your emotions, your thoughts about the water, being conscious about it, that this is a major ingredient of who I am right now. This is not a commodity, this is life-making material. If you treat it with the necessary reverence, for lack of vocabulary I'm saying reverence, or love towards water, or a feeling of joy towards water, you will see water will behave very differently within you just by changing the water that they drink and how they drink. I have seen many people walking out of chronic ailments just by doing that. I'm internationally acceptable way of making a Jivarasam. Have you seen the Jivarasam? So I'm designing and making a Jivarasam which will be internationally acceptable. Right now, what we're making in India is a very powerful Jivarasam, but there is a fetish in the world about certain substances, so we are making another kind of Jivarasam. A copper pot, a Jivarasam, a lamp on top of it. If you can put a flower or a leaf on it, it's fine. You put this in your house and consume this water on a daily basis. Most probably, it's not like a guarantee because there's so many other influences, but largely I would say, you will not get into chronic ailments. You have to catch a bug, that's different. But largely you will be free from body-generating ailments. Your attitude towards the entire thing, not seeing it as a commodity, but seeing it, water is bigger than your mother, yes or no? Hello? You don't like it? Water is bigger than your God, yes or no? If you say no, I'm going to deprive you of water for next 24 hours, in 24 hours' time you'll agree with me. So, I'm saying the fundamental life-making material, if you do not treat it as such, with the necessary value and the necessary reverence towards it, it has its own way of doing things. Maybe you've always been thinking if you do something wrong, a lightning rod will strike you down. Lightning may miss you, but water will get you. Yes, if you don't treat it well, it'll get you anyway. If you do the wrong things, it'll get you anyway. Above all, when you're doing yoga, your first relationship of being one is with the earth. To be in touch with the earth is important. A proper yogi means, for Hatha Yoga, if you can afford to do this, you must make a room with packed mud, with packed clay. On top of it, you put either a raw silk cloth or a cotton cloth, a raw cotton cloth, not sanforized.
and you do yoga on that for maximum impact, because this body, you might have forgotten, but the body knows that it's just a piece of the planet. Always it knows. When you practice yoga, you want that to become a conscious and a living process for you, so that you experience yourself as one with the earth on which you're living. And I would say 80% of your health depends on this, how much you're in tune with the earth. 80%. 80% of your chronic ailments can just vanish simply because you kind of found a little rapport with the earth on which you're walking or sitting right now. So using rubber mats for yoga, I know there are Isha branded rubber mats. I look at it with great pain. But this is Sadhguru, cotton mats get dirty, who's going to wash them? In America they don't know how to wash them, so we made the rubber mats. But this is Sadhguru, this is some special material which really insulates you. This is what I'm asking you when I asked you the first question. Are you here to experience life or dodge life? Unknowingly you're doing it in so many ways as to how to insulate yourself from life. If you might already know this, it's all over the place these days. 90% of your body is bacteria. You know this? That means you're only 10% occupant of this building. This construction you have, only 10% is yours. 90% is microbes. They're constantly in and out. They're not just here. If you isolate this, that itself is sickness. That itself is sickness. If you insulate this from the rest of the world, you will become… the potential of who you are is being lowered continuously. So, if you're a homebound person, that means every day you wake up in the same place, now largely. If it is so, it's best you use a cotton mat for your yoga or a raw silk mat, not a plastic thing. That is for people who roll it up and go and do it in Central Park because they want everybody to see they're doing yoga. Today is my yoga day. Yesterday I came with my bicycle to Central Park, today I've come with my yoga mat. So that's a different kind of life. If you're doing proper yoga, hatha yoga, you must be connected with earth.
Snacking has become a part of everyday culture. But let's be honest, it's best to avoid it when possible. That said, if you find it hard to control the urge, why not choose something healthier? Isha Life offers nutritious, wholesome snacks that are much better for your body. Instead of reaching for things filled with artificial colors and chemicals, you can snack in a more mindful, systematic way. Make your snacking a conscious choice, not a craving.